Hi everybody, I'm Roy. You might not recognize me because my hair is really messed up today, but same guy, same person, same job, same everything. So today, I have a vague idea as to where I am. Who are you?
First of all, you're in Building 42.
Building 42.
It's very important, just in case you forgot where you went. I'm Charlie Kindel, and I'm the General Manager for Windows Home Server.
Okay. And General Manager, I've been learning this as I've gone along. This is my third year at the company. Okay, General Manager is someone who oversees the...
Yeah, I'm responsible for the whole product. So
okay.
I have responsibility for dev, test, PM, marketing, the business for the product.
Kind of a high... I was going to say high responsibility, high stress sort of thing.
It's okay. I have a lot of fun.
Well, we won't make it, think too much about the hard stuff. So, what is the product that we're talking about today? Because I'm here to talk about something very specific that I didn't even know about, right? And I mean, I work here, right? I mean, that's why I'm on the video, because I work here, and I don't even know. I mean, what is this? What is the product?
So what we've built is a version of Windows that is targeted towards home servers. Specifically, it enables people to have a always available, always on device in their house that allows them to store everything they have centrally, to have a very simple way of backing up all of their PCs and all of their data and making sure their data is protected and safe, and then to be able to access the stuff that they have, photos, music, videos, whatever, from outside their house, as well as from any PC within their house.
So, they'd be able to hook it up to a DSL or cable modem or something and be able to get to their stuff from anywhere?
Yeah, that's right.
So, okay, because I'm really dumb, and this is the first I've heard of it, honestly. And I just saw some photos in the hallway of, a concept of this thing, and it looks pretty cool. And so, I'm really excited. But,
The basic idea is we're going after households that already have multiple PCs. And there's 50 million worldwide, maybe 15 million in the US, households that have multiple PCs and a network. And we're going after that market. And if you have those PCs, you have pain that you deal with, right? You have to manage all those PCs, you have to keep them up to date, you have to back them up. For example, do you have multiple PCs at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you back them up?
No.
Why?
Multiple operating systems, different platforms. That's the main reason.
And it's a pain.
And it's a pain. That's actually the other thing, is that the ones that I do have, I just won't do it.
Another example where you have multiple PCs and you deal with stuff is there's ways to access a single PC remotely when you're not in your house. And you have to connect and configure a bunch of stuff, right? Your router and so forth. What we've done is we built a product that plugs into your home network just like a PC does. It's just another node on your network, but it allows you to have central access to all of those PCs.
Okay, so
even remotely.
Does it have its own screen, or is it just like an appliance?
No, it's more like an appliance.
Interesting. Okay, so it's like
we actually don't like using the word appliance. We don't have a better term.
Okay.
But appliance to consumers actually means refrigerator or something like that. But for computer geeks, people who understand the industry,
these people are nerds. They're total nerds.
They understand what we say. It's like an appliance. It's like it's the back of a typical Q server is going to have Ethernet, power, and maybe USB for adding additional hard drives. And that's it. No keyboard, mouse, or monitor ports. How
do you interact with it?
Remotely from a client PC.
Interesting. Okay.
So actually, that's what we're seeing here.
Oh, really?
This is this is my Vista workstation. But on it, I have the Windows Home Server admin console opened up, and it's actually it's when you have a router, when you buy a wireless router, you connect into it with an HTML interface generally, run a web browser, and you connect and you configure it. You can set the DHCP settings and all that junk, right? Yeah. This is the same analogy of that, only we've chosen not to do it with HTML. Right. We actually use a rich Win32 UI that's running on the server and remoted to the client.
So I have some idea then, of what it is, right? I mean, it's a thing, right? It's a self-contained, it's basically, to us an appliance, a computer with a monitor, right? That performs some special function, right? But I mean, what's in there? I mean, how did it happen? What's it running? See, this is what I do when I'm in over my head. Technically, I start just thinking of things and how they connect and stuff. What's going on?
It's an x86 based operating system. It's based on core Windows and Windows Server technology. So the best way to think about it is it's a new version of Windows Server for the home.
Really?
That is been built in such a way that it runs in a headless or appliance-like fashion on that server. And so we have the core operating system that all the technologies that are the core of Windows, and then we built layers on top of that remove all the complexity. They make it so it's super consumer-friendly and easy to use, and then enable solutions within the home, specifically around being able to back up your PCs and your data, being able to access your stuff from any PC, and outside your house. And then the last most important part is that we have this technology that allows you to have effectively infinitely expandable storage. You just plug new hard drives in, and we'll consume them and make your data pool bigger and redundant, so that if one of the hard drives fails, you don't lose any data.
Okay, so it has like RAID kind of built in?
It does.
Okay.
We don't. It doesn't actually have RAID.
It's
not
another
technology.
Not RAID, but it's like
it's a technology that we built within the group and with the help of another group at Microsoft. That is pretty cool, actually. That gives you the benefits of RAID with the ability to expand your storage pool and add additional drives and have redundancy, but it doesn't. It has a fraction of the complexity.
Because you don't have to do like all the matching and all the...
Exactly.
Okay, well that's actually really cool. Now, when you said, an OS, running, is it XP embedded?
No, it is not.
Really?
It is derived from the Windows Server code base.
Okay, so then, how'd you do that? That's kind of like, see, that's like a big question in my head, because like XP embedded, I just think about like, platform builder, and I want that, and that, and boom, we're done, right? But this...
Exactly. So there's two ways that you can build an appliance-like experience in a computing platform. One way, you can take an operating system that is designed to be embedded and is truly componentized, like Windows XP Embedded is, or Windows CE, and you can pick just the components you want and build that you need for your scenarios and build on top of that. At the end of the day, you have a dedicated appliance that does just what you designed it to do. The other approach you can take is you can take a general purpose operating system that has all the richness of things that you may not imagine are possible, and you can scope it, the surface area you actually expose to the users down to only expose what you need. And that's the approach we've taken. So we actually have the full richness of all the Windows components. So one of the things that separates Q, I'm sorry, I owe someone $1 for saying the company of the project. What separates Windows Home Server from other products in the market that provide network attached storage is that we are a super rich Windows platform. So an ISV or developer who has Microsoft Visual Studio and knows anything about the Windows API or the .NET framework can write an app, and they're going to know that it's not some subset of the API that's there.
It's the whole thing.
It's not exactly the whole thing. There's some things that...
Did you guys have to fork?
No.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, this is actually really interesting. Like from the point of view of Windows inside the company, and the way that Windows gets put out to customers. I haven't really heard about this being done. With Windows Codebase at all. This is like a very new thing.
It's relatively new. There's another example. There's a couple other examples. The primary one is Windows Storage Server, which is a product targeted at corporate customers and enterprise solutions as a NAS product. And it actually is built the same way. And there's actually a kit that was available one time within Microsoft. I'm not sure the current status of it. It's called the Server Adaptation Kit, which third parties can use to modify Windows for this type of thing.
Wow. Okay.
We are really we're the first to really take the dive at making it consumer friendly. That really is. People ask what the hardest problem we've had to solve is. That's really high on the list of how we take the most advanced, complex operating system on the planet, Windows Server, and keep the richness of the underlying functionality there, but make it so that the consumer only sees what the solution we promised requires. And then this is really the most complex surface area that we'll ever see is what we're seeing right here.
Okay, so to help me understand this a little bit, so the reason you went with Windows Server Base rather than, say, Windows XP Embedded is that you want to provide for that expandability in the future. And if you were doing XP Embedded, you would probably be putting something out that would be very, 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 specific to a single purpose and not very expandable. it just does that one thing for the rest of its life. Whereas in this case, I mean, are you talking like add-ons and features
Absolutely.
and apps? Oh.